Hey guys and gals, I'm Alcooth1974 coming back at you with a let's try of the game called Frontier Pilot Simulator. It's an early access game in alpha version. You can get it on Steam if you are interested in getting that. If you like what you see here, I'm trying it out. I've actually played it for a little bit, but I'm just going to get into stuff and how everything works because it's actually quite an interesting game. It's an open-ended game, this is what I like, and it's a space game. Well, it's a colony space game. You're on another planet, but you know how you can get into that. So here I am in the main page. We can do new games, profiles, settings, workshop, which is not available yet, the authors, exit game. Profiles is pretty interesting because what that is that's your save files, so you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 save files, and that's cool. And I did do alpha, but I'm going to do Bravo right now because I want to start a new game with you guys. Settings, you can go to settings, you get your audio, your graphics, stuff like that. This is my graphic settings. If you guys want to take a quick look at that, go like that. The interesting thing is the control. So the control, this is where you set up your joystick. Now, I have an old ancient Sidewinder force feedback too. I don't really have a HOTAS set up because, well, I really can't afford it. But anyway, yeah, so I have this set up, and I'm not quite done with how I want this set up. But for right now, this is, it's good enough for this video that we're going to be doing. If you guys don't know what a Sidewinder Force Feedback 2 joystick is, that's okay because it's probably older than some of you guys that's actually watching this video right now. But hey, what can I say? So yeah, that's just the main menu. We're just going to get into a new game right now. I'm going to start up. It's got the loading screens. Again, this is early access. This is, yeah, it's cool. The premise is that you are like a cargo pilot, and I like to actually compare this to this is Flight Simulator's version of Euro Truck Simulator. I mean, that's the best way I can actually explain how this game works. So, and if you like Euro Truck Simulator, well, this might be your thing. So here we are. Let me get out of this for a second. Yeah, okay. There we go. So here we are. The first thing you notice is that we have a view of my plane here. This is the starter plane. It's the cargo vessel. It can do cargo, it can do passengers, etc. That's pretty cool. If you look up here in the right hand corner, we have what I have for money. This is, I believe, our current weight of the ship. Over here we have our fuel, which is actually charged. This is actually battery powered vessel because we are in the future, and that's how this stuff works. Up here is your speed dial, so you can come right down here. This is your vertical takeoff and stuff, and it has actually a few things that I'll get into that I noticed. This is your upper HUD, which tells you what direction things are or your map markers or where you want to go, stuff like that. You do have if you hit the M key, it shows you a map, and if you're actually looking at this is the central island, but the map is actually a lot bigger. It comes out like way over here. You got different colonies. It's quite big, but most of the time when you first start off, you're going to be on this island because your little plane or your little cargo plane can't really make it all that far. But yeah, so it's good, but you can upgrade the plane. There's 3 different planes as of right now, and of course you can actually upgrade your plane with, they say, hundreds of different parts. I haven't gotten that part of the game yet, but yeah, so that's pretty cool. Exit out here. Anything else we have to cover here? Oh, your altitude information's up here, and again you have another speed dial up here. This is like your regular, this gives you the number speed instead of your side dial here, I guess what you would call it. Again, up here you have alpha version. If you have any help that you need in the game, you can hit F1. It'll show you how to fly. It's pretty obvious. If you hit the arrow keys, it'll go to different, so like there's 5 different pages. This one's how to trade, so you can trade in this game. You can buy products, and you can bring them to other bases and etc. And you can make money that way. You have to you can repair your ship. We'll get into that in probably to another video, but you can repair your ship. And you actually have to charge it, and we'll get into the charging in a little bit later. But when you charge it, it's like you got to charge the battery, and it doesn't surprisingly last all that long in the very first version of your plane. You can pick up passengers, and this shows you how to pick up passengers. I'll probably do a couple tutorials on this once I get more of a hang of how everything works. And then this is like advanced control of the ship, everything that you can do, and all that wonderful stuff. So let's just get into like the controls of the ship. So I'm parked here. I got my Sidewinder force feedback old controller here, and I'm just going to throttle up, and what it's going to do, I'm going to get an ignition, and I'm going to go up, and you can see my side view over here. You see this right here? This little orange thing is what you actually need to keep afloat. So if I bring the throttle up, you know, like right there, my force feedback doesn't have really, you know, precise controls. Maybe some of your HOTAS up there will have a little bit better, but yeah, that's how that works. And you can see that, oh, that's cool. Now you might be wondering, and you have every right to wonder, is why am I in third person view? Well, there is no, again, this is early access, there is no cockpit yet, but it is in the works, and I have seen the pictures of them, and it does look quite amazing. I actually can't wait to actually fly from within the vessel. If you're wondering how I'm moving around, I'm using the mouse. If you right click on your right click button, I should say, is what you want to call it, you can hold it down, and you can move it around, and obviously your mouse wheel will scroll you in and scroll you out. If you're looking up here, you can notice that my charge is gradually going away, which means yeah, I'm using some of my charge, and I'm losing some of my stuff. But we do have a mission that we need to go do, so I'm just going to start controlling my vessel here, and I'm going to actually start going to where this wants me to go to. Let me fix my view here for I have it a little bit better. There we go. Here we go. Now, I'm not the greatest flyer on this yet. I'm still kind of learning it, but yeah, we will deal with that as time goes. This is a flight simulator, so it's a little bit more. I don't really like third-person views, but it is what it is right now, and I can't, like I said, I can't really wait for the cockpit, but it will do what we can do. See if I can land right here. Here we go. I'll just land it like this. It's been a few hours since I played, so I'm a little bit rusty. There we go. And I'm gonna shut it down like that. And great, you know, I'm doing a little thing here, and the guy's telling me what I need to do. This is kind of like a little tutorial. This is custom. I have a job for you, but first, more of the ship according to the marking, which is what we're going to do. So I'm just going to move my ship here. I'm actually using the keyboard to do this part. I could use actually my joystick, but I'm not. So I'm using the WASD keys to do this, and it's, you know, it's pretty straightforward: left, right, forward, back. So if you're wondering, I just have to kind of park it in here. We get those that little thing green. Oh, you see it right there? So we're green, I believe. Open a trading menu, so that'd be button 1. That's actually my enter button here, I believe. Yeah. And it's asking for advanced colonial thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually buy that. And if we look up here, it tells us how we can move around: up arrows, down arrows, left arrows, and right arrows to select a cargo. There's only one cargo, so we don't have to worry about it. I am going to hit the enter key, and we're going to watch this thing load up everything, and you can actually see my cargo bay is actually opened. We're going to kind of do its thing here. It's going to land. Bang. It's going to load it up. Bam! Now, I'm also going to charge so every time you land, I just highly suggest that you recharge your vessel. And if you look here, it tells you how much it costs to charge you. I need a charge by 3:05 for 77 credits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the R key, and I'm going to charge it up, and we're going to be ready to go. So I'm just going to exit out of here. Now we will go to the central. We go to the central. This biofactory is engaged in terraforming, spraying bacteria and all that. And generally, a lot of people, and they want to eat. So it might be, yeah, it's actually giving me the thing. But if you go in the map key, it should, the central's right here. So you can also like left click on it. It'll give you directions how to get to it. So in your display up here. So I'm just going to take off again. I'm going to get my engine going again. I fully throttled it to do that. And then I'm going to kind of do that. And then I'm just going to get going. And I'm going to try to save as much fuel as I can, so I'm not going to try to climb over these mountains. I'm just going to kind of fly around the short ends of it. This place isn't all that far away, but actually it's right there. So, I mean, obviously we're just on this small little island, this central little island, so it's not all that bad. It's kind of cool, actually. And let's go to sell our rations here. I'm going to kind of come around. I do want to kind of guide up here. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Oh, already bad. Already badness. Yeah. I am heavier, I believe, so that's something you got to be aware of. You do have things like crosswinds and stuff like that. Come on. There we go. And we go like that. I landed. So now I'm going to do my thing. Try to get this all lined up. We got to do that. I don't know if that'll do green or not. Oh, there we go. So, okay. So I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to click over here, and it's the same thing if we want to buy or sell. So if I clicked over here, I would buy that, but I can't buy anything because I actually have a cargo. So I'm going to hit that, and I'm going to sell it. You notice my money just went. Actually, where does my money show? I can't see. Oh, right here, 6,023. So I did make about. I forgot what I had. Sorry, I made about 1,000, I believe. And he unloaded that. Now we're all set. But we are here, so I am going to charge. So I'm going to hit R. Every time you land in one of these, you can charge up, or when you're in when you get repairs, there's also a drone that if you run out of energy or stuff like that, but if you use the drone to rescue you, it costs a heck of a lot of money. It's like 2,500 credits or monies or whatever there is they're using. So there we go. So the first priority cargo is accepted, as I understand. You're a friend, blah, blah. You guys can read this. Wait, man, bring more of rations we'll buy for a great price. So I'm going to Alt-1 this. Well, yes, the colony is mine. It's back to the neighbors. The cargo. And the report was something happened there. So this is like a little storyline. So that's interesting. So yeah, so that's part of the game. There are other things you can do in this. You can do passenger missions. You can do mining. Future, I don't know if it's available yet, but I've done a lot of reading on how a lot of the game works. But you can, you supposedly eventually gonna be able to make your own base. I believe that's in the works. I don't quote me on that, but I've kind of like read the what ifs and the what abs and all that stuff. So let's just kind of go over the map for a second while we're here. I'm stuck here, so. If we kind of mouse our cursor over this is where we are. We're in the central, which makes sense. It's the central. If you look at the thing, you'll have available items and necessary items. So available items is what it's selling, so you can buy it to bring someplace else. And the necessary items is what it needs to buy. So obviously, we just brought it advanced colonial B2 rations. And where did we get that? So the available on advanced colonial B2 rations. So if I flew back to Spaceport Aslan and I bought those rations for $8.50 and I brought them back here, look how much money I would make. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fly over there, and I'm not gonna like completely run this through the whole thing. I'm just gonna get over there. The flying is pretty standard, but I'll be right back when I land over there. Alright guys, I'm back and I'm landed over here. The important thing I probably forgot to mention down here, you do have damage on your vessel. So if you look down here, I have like hull damage. That looks like that's your aileron damage, your engine damage, your wheel damage, and that's probably your battery, I would say. So let's get this thing parked again, and we'll do some purchasing. Some purchase orders. Come on. There we go. Oh. No, not quite. Not quite. Are we in there? Yes, we're in. All right. So I'm just gonna buy. Oh, see, it's 12. No, that's the poundage. Sorry, I read that wrong. So that's $12.50. So that's gonna have 1250 or 1,250. It's gonna cost $850. So I'm gonna hit that again. I am gonna charge. There's one thing I want to show you guys before we take off too much here. When we do take off, there we go. And I'm going to do one more thing, and we're going to end the video for now. So there we go. I'm going to exit out. By the way, you can manually open your cargo bay by hitting the T key and do that. That's useful when you're actually picking up passengers. I'll cover that in another video. But for right now, let's take off again. Let me get this going. So what I want to show you is I'm going to first, before I go back up to there, I want to show you guys. You see those that thing that just like shot up in the air? So what you want to do is when you there's a lot of bases that are close to those. Those are like geysers. They also have volcanoes and other things. Those geysers are very bad. Like, they do terrible things to you. So do not go near them because you will have a bad day. If you guys just noticed, I did not put a marker on where I was going. I kind of forgot, but I kind of know where this place is. We're going to Central, so I'm going to go right back to Central, and I'll be right back. Ooh, look at that. That was almost a nice 4-point landing, or 5-point landing, or whatever. Alright, there we go. Look, I can actually pick up a passenger. I'm going to actually escape, not do this right now, because we're kind of running out of time. But here we go. Grab this guy. I'm going to put him over, and I'll get this all set up, and we'll sell the cargo. All right, ready to sell the cargo. I'm going to hit the enter. I'm going to be over here. I'm going to hit the space key, and bingo, boom. There you go. He's buying my stuff from me, and now we have much more money. We have 10,505. That's good, but I'm about to lose a lot of this money, because what I want to show you guys is if you're wondering what happens when you die or you crash, I'm about to show you, and I'm going to also show you the terrible thing that those geysers do to you. So I'm going to take this guy off, and I'm going to fly to those geysers. I know I told you guys to fly away from them, but I want to actually show you how the game handles your death. And it's quite interesting how they do it. Well, let me get over here first. Fly right next to this thing. Oh, they stopped. Of course you stopped. Why would you not stop? Whoa! There goes my engine, and we're having a really bad time. What's a game without having a massive crash, right? Here we go. And that's what happens when you die. Now, if you look down here, it says that you have life insurance. This is my escape pod. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to actually fly back to your starter port, or where the repair bay is, and they basically give you another ship free. So that's what happens when you die. It's not exactly free. There is a fee for doing it. It's like a colonial fee. It's kind of funny. It'll tell us here in a second. So there you go. Now I'm in the repair bay, and I can do whatever I need to do. Last time I crashed, I didn't have any money, so maybe that's why it was. Oh, I shouldn't have to. No, it's right there. I didn't have to purchase it. Okay, just exit out. So there we go. We got our other ship back. Again, you can add like mods. You can add like better engines, better everything to this, or you can upgrade your ships. There's different kinds of ships, etc., like that. But so that's basically what happens when you die. You will get charged a fee. That fee. I don't. Ooh, let's not just take off. There we go. There we go. So we're good. So I was charged a little minimal fee, I believe. So if you actually look at my money, it kind of went down a little bit, I believe. So yeah, that's it. So that's the first look at the game right now. I do enjoy the game. Again, this is an open world. I can do whatever I want. I can buy and sell at different places. I can upgrade my ship. I can go do passenger runs. I don't know how to do mining yet. I don't know how to do any of the other stuff. I just knew how to do the cargo stuff and the passenger stuff right now, because that's all I've had time to look into. And obviously, you have to learn how to fly the vessel, so that takes some time too. So yeah, that's the first look for now, guys. So this is Malkuth 1974. I'll see you guys later, and bye bye.